The real estate business is changing in so many different ways, but there are some specific emerging trends that I'm seeing that if you act right now, you're going to set the stage for an amazing future. There's a very popular quote by Wayne Gretzky, who's a Hall of Fame hockey player, and they asked him why he had success, and he said, the reason I had so much success is that I didn't focus on where the puck was today. I skated to where the puck was going to be. So if we're looking at this, one of the things that we're looking at our real estate business that is changing at a pace that I've never seen in my career, all of the things that are changing is if you can identify some of the trends and begin to get on the right side of those trends and begin to act in a different way than you are now and skate to where the puck will be, so to speak, all of a sudden now you have the ability to separate yourself from your competition away like never before. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to break down some of these trends I'm seeing and some of the things that you can begin to apply in your business that I know are going to help your business grow. First trend I see that is continuing to gain momentum is the power of building a personal brand. Listen, we're at a time and a place where the most popular person in your area is going to be the person who's going to get the most business. Are you the person that people think of, whether it comes to content that you're producing? Are you the person that's educating more people in your local market? Are you sending more mailers where you're recognized more? What is it that you're doing to build a personal brand? And when we're talking about a personal brand, how authentic are you in all the things that you're putting out there? You know, it used to be, it was just flash. It was, look at me, I'm number one. It was another one sold. It was all these things. But now, your personal brand, you have to understand, people do business with people, and people start by doing the business and beginning the process by people they like. They want to know you, and that's where that branding comes in. They want to like you, and that's where the authenticity in your branding comes in. And then the trust comes from seeing the opportunity over a time period where you are that leading resource for other people as well as them as they walk through this process. So what is it that you're doing to build your personal brand? A couple things I would encourage you to do. Begin to just think about what is it and who are you and what are the strengths that you have in your business and how do you provide value in a unique way to the marketplace. Once you understand exactly who it is and who you are, and you begin to authentically put that information out to the general public, that's the time when you will begin to see the growth in your business that you're looking for. The second trend I see is that there is an increased number of referral transactions happening. Now, these are referrals from agents. These are referrals from companies. This is what we're seeing now is that the leads that are coming in a lot of cases, are coming through with a referral fee paid. Now, I'm going to start with a couple of different ones of these and how you can get in front of this and begin to build and take advantage of this. Number one is the personal referral from agents in other markets. We're seeing this more and more. Never before have we been able to build a presence on social media, for instance, where we begin to be the recognized agent for our area. So think of it this way. If we're down here and I'm in Santa Rosa Beach, the 30A market, if I'm an agent that is constantly utilizing Instagram stories to tell the story of my area, if I'm constantly talking about the market, or I'm showing my personality and building a personal brand on social media that begins to get followings in other targeted markets, now I've got an opportunity to take advantage of that. Now, how do you do this? How do you build that? Here's the thing is it is social media. So how do you go out and you begin to comment on some of the things that are happening for agents that you want to target in those target markets? Go find the top producer with your company or your brand in those markets. Begin to comment on their posts. Begin to build a relationship with them. Begin to be the agent they recognize as the local resource. Have conversations with those people. By building those relationships with agents and feeder markets, you're absolutely going to set your business up to have a few referrals and sometimes a large number of referrals from other markets coming in directly to you each and every year. The second area is that there are companies out there that are generating leads, they're nurturing them, and then they're passing those off to other people basically once those buyers or sellers are ready. I did a video that talks about 10 different companies that are sending and you pay a referral fee, but you have no upfront cost for some of those leads. You can see that link up above if you want more details on that. Find out where those are, get involved with those situations, and also make sure that you're involved with a network of agents across the country where you're noticed as that referral partner. Now, there's a couple things here. Typically, your brand has that option if you're with a national brand. If you're not with a national brand, coaching programs have this. There's also referral networks out there where you can join those networks, you can put your bio up, you can add value to the community, and now you have the ability to actually be that agent of choice as referrals are sent to your area. So I would just encourage you, the trend we're seeing is that more and more transactions have a referral involved. Get on the right side of that, become that agent that's receiving those referrals, and your business will absolutely grow. All right, this one's going to be a little controversial, but what I'm seeing a trend in is the decline in the value of online leads. Now, let me be clear here. There are certain types of lead sources where the value is still extremely high, but as an overall, looking at just online lead generation or the purchase of online leads, we're seeing, and the realization is coming, that even the best online leads, if you look at how long does it typically take, depending on how much you're paying for these, they're 9 to 12 months. Also, we're seeing that this is a 1 to 2% conversion rate in most cases. So what is it that you're doing to maybe separate from that? Think about this. A number of years ago, there was an article that talked about the fact that there were over 100 million online leads sold to real estate agents, but there were only roughly 5 million transactions. That means these leads are being sold multiple times, so it becomes a game of not just getting those leads, but producing content, producing value in a way that locks those leads into you. So if you're gonna go that route, make sure you have a plan of action to follow up in a way systematically that's gonna nurture them a way that ends up giving you that opportunity to get in that 2 to 4% range, the highest range you're gonna see on that conversion rate. But if you're at a place and you're trying to figure out, where do I spend my money? Spend your marketing dollars more on creating that personal brand we talked about, which becomes attraction marketing instead of purchasing marketing. It gives you the ability to have more control. Also, what is it that you're doing as far as your ad spend on these areas? I would encourage you, go back to everything you're spending money on for lead generation, not just the online leads, and see if you have a positive ROI. If you don't, begin to refunnel those assets to something else that's going to have a higher return. Maybe when you do this, you find out that, gosh, majority of my business is coming from my sphere of influence, and maybe I should focus in on spending more time, money, and effort in that area, which is going to give you a better return. Notice the things that are happening in the market as a whole. If you have a great online lead source, understand that things always change. So be ready, willing and able to make a change when and if you begin to see this decline in the value of those leads for you. The fourth thing we're seeing is the emergence of the reference economy or the recommendation economy. There was a study done that found that almost over 70% of people out there now trust an online review as much as they do as a recommendation from a friend of theirs. So what do we do to take advantage of this? Because here's what's happening, and before anybody does any business with you, they're going to do a Google search on you. Are they seeing reviews out there where other people are stating and giving them a comfort level to where they're going to be willing to do business with you? Now, you can do this through your Google business profile where you focus in on getting those reviews there, highlighting your reviews on social media. All of those things are going to be things that are going to help you get ahead of this trend. I believe one of the most important things you can do right now to not just help your business right now, but to give it more value into the future is to focus in on getting as many positive reviews and online recommendations as possible. Highlight those on your social media. Highlight those in your newsletter. Put those at the bottom of your email signature. Everything you do to highlight those reviews and those recommendations in your business is absolutely going to be an opportunity for you to see your business expand. The next trend is how artificial intelligence is creating efficiency for the best agents in the business. Listen, we're seeing a shift in our entire livelihood as far as the way that artificial intelligence, ChatGPT specifically, and some of the tools that are out there are giving us the ability to create efficiencies where we can spend more time with the people that we're supposed to spend time with, having those valuable conversations, adding value, creating content, doing all the things we need to do in our business, and then separating some of those things out. I'm utilizing it for helping get together maybe some of the posts that we're doing on social media as far as the descriptions. I'm using it to generate ideas for content. I'm using it for ways to make sure that the YouTube videos that we're putting out, that we have those SEO optimized. We're seeing agents create efficiencies where it is a checklist for the process of going through and getting a new listing and what they're going to do. We're seeing it where they're utilizing it on marketing. There's so many different ways, and we're just scratching the surface, that artificial intelligence is providing an opportunity for people to take their business to a new level because now they have a lever they've never had before. So what I would encourage you to do is understand, in my opinion, artificial intelligence is not going to eliminate professional agents that have a relationship-based business. But what it will do is those agents that lean in, that utilize realize these efficiencies to serve their clients at a higher level will absolutely outperform those that don't. So now's the time to get involved in this trend so that you have the opportunity to take full advantage of it. The next trend is an example of the more things change, the more they stay the same, and that's this. Listing agents now control the market more than ever. Listen, with the NAR settlement, with the changes that are coming, we don't know how all of this is going to shake out, but what we do know is that if you control the listings, you control the market. It's one of these situations where if you're focused in on your generating listings, you're a lot less concerned about what this looks like going forward because you know that you're on the right side of these transactions. The other thing we found is that obviously the buyers will come and they will be attracted by the listing. So if you have the listings, you're not going to have to go out there and generate as many or buy as many leads on the buyer side because your listings will naturally attract those. So what is it that you can do right now to take advantage of this? I would encourage you, focus in on finding a geographical farm that works for you and that you know you're going to have consistent leads coming in, listing leads coming in. Focus in on your past clients that were buyers that will ultimately, if you're doing the correct way, will become the sellers and listings that you have in your business. Focus in on everything you can do, whether it be unsolicited video CMAs, whether it be out there generating content that is driven and focused in on serving those folks that are considering selling their home. Make sure you're on the right side of this equation and that this trend works in your favor by focusing in on generating listings. And I started this with the trend that we're seeing as far as having a personal brand. Well, I'm going to end this with the most valuable thing you can do in your business right now, in my opinion, which is video content marketing. This is something that I absolutely believe is going to continue to escalate. It's a trend we're seeing now where it's almost impossible for the top agent not to be doing some type of video content. So what is it that you're doing? And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about a couple of different things. Number one is make sure that you're out there and you're doing video content about your area. You're capturing people because they're on YouTube searching before they even get to your market, talking about 5 things people need to know before moving to whatever your city is. Maybe it's something where it's like the 5 most popular neighborhoods in your city. Maybe it's something where you're talking about things that people wish they would have known before they moved. Whatever it is, create the content, the video content on YouTube that gives you that capability. Also, video marketing on your listings is not just going to help you sell your existing listings. It is actually you out there showing people how you operate at the level you operate, which will begin to attract and capture the attention of other people that are considering selling their home. Listen, a lot of people, what they would be doing is when they're thinking about selling their home in 6 months, they begin watching some of the marketing trends that are happening out there. They begin seeing how other agents are moving. If you're the agent that's producing the highest quality video content for a listing that is launching a listing in a unique way, utilizing video with short form and long form videos, you're going to capture their attention. You're going to get an at bat. And then it gives you the opportunity to be that listing agent on the next listing. Also, what is it that you're doing as far as short form content in a unique way, following some of the trends we're seeing that is producing this opportunity for you to be recognized in your local market as the agent of choice, the resource. Video acts as a filter. It's going to find the right people for you and it's going to deter the people that are going to be difficult for you to work with anyway. Focus in on the trend of doing more video content and you'll absolutely thank me a year, 2, and 5 years from now. If you want different results, you've got to do different things. So what is it that you're doing to identify not just these trends that I'm talking about that we're seeing on a national level, but what is it that you're seeing trend-wise in your local level? When you become the agent that is ahead of the trends instead of behind them, everything else takes care of itself. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.